Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Cade here with Ravencroft Guitars, and welcome to episode 4 of my entry into the Great Guitar Build-Off. This episode might be a little bit longer just because of the amount of stuff I'm planning on doing in this episode. And by that, I mean that I've already started working and gotten a little overzealous and did more than I was planning. So we'll see how much gets actually put into this episode and how much gets saved for my last episode. So plan for today, I want to get all of the cavities routed out. I want to finish up the neck, get the frets put in. I'm reworking the inlay, which you'll see. I want to get my fret markers put in. I'm going to route my binding channel and then probably install the binding this episode. I think my plan is to leave the staining and the finishing and everything for the last episode, and then episode 6 will be kind of my bonus episode where I just do the whole build in one condensed video for people that don't want to follow along in, what would that be, an hour and 15, an hour and a half of content. Once again, puberty's worse the second time. Oh man. Once again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting me with this build, following me on Instagram or on YouTube, and giving comments of support and advice and all that. This is my first fully scratch build. Like I said, I've built a couple of bodies before. This is my first time doing the entire thing from scratch, and I've been pretty nervous about the whole thing, and there's definitely been a lot of ups and downs, and it's far from perfect, but like I say, it was never going to be. But just the support of the community has been fantastic. Like I said, every episode we call this a competition, but it's really not for the vast majority of us. It's just an opportunity for us to get to meet other builders and get to know them and share in this awesome hobby that we all have and kind of build the community. And I think that's better than anything you could ever win in a real competition. So thank you to Crimson for putting this on, and thank you to everyone else in the build-off that's made it as incredible as it is. So without any more rambling, let's get on with the build and see what I can mess up this episode. Did I just do finger guns? I just did finger guns. Ugh. So, making the cavity for the controls, and this whole piece just chipped right out the side. I'm hoping that I'll be able to just mix up more epoxy and stick it back in. But kind of want to cry. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for now, super glue it on. And then when I go to do the coat over top of epoxy, I'm going to hope that that's enough to seal up the cracks. Yeah, and make a nice clean finish. So, a generous helping of super glue, because at the end of the day, like, it is just epoxy resin, right? Like, it's essentially plastic. Yeah, so you stick that on, you can't even tell the difference immediately. So we're gonna leave that, let that dry, and then just hope that the finish clears her up. I think we all know this isn't mine. I don't even know how to work it. binding is on. Cavities are drilled. These ones are pretty rough on the bottom, but they're deep enough that I'm not too worried about it because, yeah, resin is kind of a pig to work with. Holes are drilled. These are slightly too big for the posts, but I figure if I wrap them either in plumbing tape or masking tape, that should make up the difference because it's very slight. While I was routing the channels, the shim on the inside of the neck pocket bumped out. Not the end of the world. I just glued it back in, and now I'm just waiting for that to dry. I'll keep it a little longer. I got my 3 cavities, or 3 holes for that. I'll need to do my my switch. I just realized that I forgot that. I'm gonna put the switch back here rather than up here, just because that's a pain to run wires all the way that way. So I'm just gonna put that there. But yeah, next episode we should be finishing it all up, doing final sand, staining, coat, and assembly. So yeah.